Hey YouTube, this is Old School Ted 1 with the NXT review for this week. And I was a bit worried that it would turn into NXT Challenge. I said that on my last review, and it starts out with an NXT Challenge. I'll just go over the highlights because I'd like to talk more about the wrestling, but this was over half the show. I wouldn't say over, maybe about between 20 and 25 minutes of the show was the challenge, which was a talk the talk interview sort of segment thing where they were given 30 seconds to talk it out. Now they're in London, England. You could tell with the giant Union Jack in the background and the double-decker bus and the Mini and the pops the fans gave Wade Barrett. You could sort of tell, and Justin Gabriel, from South Africa. So it looked. They brought them all out. Matt Striker came out, made an error saying that Justin Gabriel beat Otunga last week when he'd actually beat Tarver, and Wade Barrett had beaten Otunga. And they go down the line. They made Daniel Bryan look like a goof again. For 30 seconds, all he could say was, I love England, something silly like that. Wade Barrett ends up winning. Go figure, he's in England. Tarver starts getting in his yelling, snapping sort of thing. I hope they do more with that. I hope we get to see him go completely snap, go mental on someone. That would be good. I would appreciate that. I thought Darren Young would do better than he did, but Skip Sheffield did his yip yip yap stuff, and so it was him and Wade Barrett in sort of a talk-off final. And of course Barrett wins. And he gets to go this week make his own music in Connecticut at the WWE headquarters. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I've been hoping that the rookies would get their own music for a while now because I think that could help express them. I think it'd be funny if Miz or the pros did the rookies' music because you could. I heard people joking already about maybe using Baby Elephant Walk for Daniel Bryan or something silly like that. Maybe Sunny Days. Who knows? Anyway, we move on from that segment, thankfully, and you have CM Punk in the Straight Edge Society telling Darren Young that if he beats Luke Gallows, all of his transgression from the previous week, where he said from SmackDown, where he said he was going to join the society, he changed his mind, ended up getting beat up and was about to get his head shaved, and Rey Mysterio came out and made the save. So, but Punk said he would forgive him if he beat Gallows, but if he lost, he'd lose his hair. Now, as I'm watching this, I'm thinking he's not going to lose because they'll save his hair for later on. I'm imagining anyway. They'll save his hair, and I'll get more to that when we get closer to the main event. Anyway, we then get a clip about David Otunga being on Access Hollywood, talking about his baby and Jennifer Hudson, and this is what he does very well. He's very charismatic. He's good on the mic, and I'm imagining we're not seeing him wrestling because they are training him as fast as they can. He's still sloppy in every match I've seen. He got his ass beat pretty well. His butt, I should say. Sorry, his butt beat pretty well by Cena on Monday Night Raw, and he bumped pretty well, but he still has a long way to go, I'd say. We'll move on to the first match, which is actually Wade Barrett versus Christian, and Wade Barrett hit a lot of very good moves. He hit the sort of a slingshot into a Billy Robinson style backbreaker. If those of you out there who remember Billy Robinson, it's kind of like getting a position of a back suplex, but take him across the body and down. He hit a let's see, a lot of backbreakers. He looked really good. He did the normal brawling stuff. Christian did Christian's moveset. The end came with Jericho getting ready to interfere, keeping the kill switch from being locked in, and instead Barrett threw him up on his shoulders for his finisher, that over-the-top slam thing. I'm not calling a flapjack this time. And Slater slid in and got a hold of Barrett's legs. Barrett looked angry, sold, what was going on. Christian hits the kill switch. Match done. Jericho didn't talk as much on the mic this time or go over and hassle Matthews and Cole, which I think improves any Matthews and Cole's matches when you interject Chris Jericho. Anyway, that's that match. Good match. Best match for Wade Barrett so far on NXT. Easily. Hands down. Give that probably a 6. I'd say 6.5 out of 10 for that match. We move on. Actually, the Access Hollywood clips on David Otunga was after this match, and then you had Miz getting in Daniel Bryan's face saying He'll never be on Access Hollywood, trying to give him a pep talk, and Daniel Bryan didn't say anything, and just kind of, I thought he was kind of getting ready for his match. His match is against William Regal. Okay, the match was 3 minutes, but it's a 3-minute match with Daniel Bryan and William Regal, so you know it's going to be stiff and hard-hitting, and I had high hopes for this match. I didn't expect Daniel Bryan to win because I think they're gonna go to 0-10 on him. We'll see. Anyway, the match starts and you have Daniel Bryan just going after Regal, stiff kicks, elbows, hits that charging flying elbow in the corner that looked great. Um, he hit a dragon suplex that was pretty good. He hit more kicks in the other corner, and then he charged back in and ran into a stiffed left from Regal. And anyone who's ever seen William Regal wrestle knows that he can be very stiff. And the thing is, he looked like he was enjoying it. He looked like he was getting into it. You had in the middle of the match a Daniel Bryan leap into a guillotine with the legs on the inside rather than scissoring him on the outside. Regal turned that into a sort of a fisherman-style suplex. Not quite a buster, but still a good suplex, which set up the knee trembler, which did look really stiff. And either that or the left hand busted open Daniel Bryan. He had blood running from his mouth or his nose. I couldn't really tell which. And that got the win for Regal. Regal sold that he'd been in a fight. He had this sort of glazed over, you know, to quote Ron Simmons, damn look on his face. Miz charges in, knocks Regal out of the ring, pulls Bryan up, hits a skull crusher. We knew that was going to happen. Yelling at him, yet Cole. Cole wasn't throwing as much vitriol this time, but they didn't really call the moves in the match as much as I would have liked. They're going to go on 10 on Daniel Bryan. No, please don't. You know they're going to anyway. They're losing some of what I call casual fans, the fans that don't really go out and look at Daniel Bryan on YouTube or other places, and or if they do, they have to find out who Bryan Danielson is. I have 2 casual friends who are like, they don't care about Daniel Bryan anymore at all. I sent one my ROH tape, and his exact comment was, "Dang, who's this guy? Where is he?" Well, that's my question. Where is Bryan Danielson? Put a little bit of him and Daniel Bryan, and you've got a main eventer waiting to happen. But you're losing the casual fans who don't know who he is. That's a problem. Internet fans will stay with Daniel Bryan because they know what he's capable of. They're frustrated, I can guarantee you that, at least I am, that yes, William Regal, I can deal with him losing to William Regal better than, say, Darren Young. Anyway, and that's my 2 cents on that. The Straight Edge Society match against Darren Young, essentially Gallows kicking the 2 shades of crap out of Darren Young. Not great. Darren Young wins by roll-up. The ending is great. The storyline here is really good because you had Punk going over and raising Darren Young's hand at the end. You thought maybe he's going to attack him and shave his head anyway. Luke Gallows looking a bit stunned and confused about why that was going on. I have 2 theories. One, Punk is lulling Young into sort of a sense of false security, and he'll hit him with a go to sleep sometime down the line, or he's actually trying to win him over to the cause. So you could have Darren Young down the line joining the society, surprising everyone, willing to get his head shaved, or getting maybe an exception to getting his head shaved. But maybe that would work too, because you'd have Darren Young willingly join the Straight Edge Society would mean more. We'll see. So for that match, a 5. For the match with Regal versus Daniel Bryan, 6, maybe 6 because it was so short. But on a whole, less challenges, more wrestling. That's always what I prefer. But we'll see. For NXT this week, I'll give it a 6, mainly because of the Barrett match and the Daniel Bryan match. But please, more wrestling. Until next week, this is Old School Ted 1. Have a good one.